starter of a very, very popular product called the CLIPPERPRO 2.0. You're going to choose either finger or toenail clipper, or both if you want one of each, with the swivel head, and they also have a locking mechanism to prevent that swivel from moving when you've got it in just the particularly correct angle. This is a very safe and accurate way to trim your own nails. Sometimes it's hard to get, especially when you're doing toenails, to get into the position where you can trim your toenails. Sometimes toenails get thicker as we get older, and it's difficult to trim them with a regular nail clipper, and you end up ripping and tearing and possibly injuring yourself or your nail bed. So that's why everybody absolutely loves these. We have a great sale price on these right now, which is going away at the end of the day. You're going to choose blue or red, and do you want the toenail clipper or the fingernail clipper? Each one is 5 payments of $538. And we've sold over 20,000 of these at QVC. So let's bring in our good friend, Brooke Mills. She's going to tell us more about it. Hi, Brooke. Good morning.
Hi, Carolyn.
Hi
good morning to you.
So yeah, these are so great. And we've sold these before. They're so different than any other kind of nail clipper, aren't they?
Absolutely. Totally a better mousetrap for sure. So these were created by 3 orthopedic surgeons because they couldn't find a nail clipper on the market that was very effective, yet most importantly, easy for their patients to use. So that was their goal. They wanted to create a toenail clipper and a nail clipper that was specifically designed for people with reduced hand strength. And that's because with this, you're using your entire hand versus just 2 fingers, like using something like this. That's small, not very effective, and it slips out of your hand half the time, right? So this makes it so much easier.
Right. So these are both fingernail clippers. Let me just show you the difference.
Yep.
So you can see, first of all, the area and the amount of metal, steel, that is clipping your nails is completely stronger and better. And remember, I can now use this with my whole hand, but also watch what happens. If I need to go on a particular angle and cut from the side, I can swivel that head from side to side, so it's easier for me to get to my fingernails. Or let me show you a close-up of the toenail. This is the difference. The toenail clipper is bigger. So they work the same way, but now look at that toenail clipper, which is going to be really capable of, without injuring yourself and ripping your nails, trimming those toenails that might be a little thicker, that might be difficult to get to, because it's hard to bend over and twist around sometimes when you're trying to trim your toenails, right?
That's right. And this is the CLIPPERPRO 2, so this is the improved version. So these are stainless steel blades that's going to give you that precise cut every single time. And you're right. So the toenail clipper is a little bit wider and a little bit thicker to accommodate those thicker toenails because we wanted to make it easy. And that swivel head, it's amazing that it actually swivels 180 degrees. I've never seen anything like this. I love it because it is really the better mousetrap, because normally you have to be a contortionist to get to the certain angle that you need to get to at certain times. And you know what? This really is fabulous for people with reduced hand strength, because the wow here, it really does enable you to use your entire hand. You place the long side of the handle in the palm of your hand, and it makes it very simple, very easy, but very effective as well. This is a metal handle. This is not plastic. It's not heavy, but it's very comfortable in your hand, and it's sturdy. You feel like it feels very secure with this.
And I have some arthritis in my hands now from years of gardening and etc. And this really is easy. The tool does all the work for you, and you get a lot of leverage and power from that hinge. Now, what's this black thing I just put on? This is what comes in your box. It looks like this. And this is actually a lock that you can snap over the nail head, the nail clipper head, so that now this little guy, and it's pretty stiff when you get it into that swivel position, but this way it won't move up, especially if you have maybe a difficult nail to trim or it's at a funny angle. This is going to stay exactly where you put it with this lock on top, and then you can just snap it right off when you don't need it on there anymore, like so.
Exactly. And that swivel head, the swivel lock, that's specifically for QVC, by the way. It's exclusive. So this improved version, the tension on that 180-degree swivel on the blades there, it's very tight. So it feels it's going to be secure. But if you want that added security,
Yes.
if you want to keep it at a certain angle, all you do is you place that swivel lock right over the blade. It's almost like you put like a helmet over it, and then you just
Yes.
click it in place. If you don't want to use it, it's very simple to take it off. Just push your thumb through,
Just pop it off.
they obviously just pop it right off.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So again, this is the fingernail clipper, and
Yep.
this is the toenail clipper. You can see the toenail is larger, and they both have that same ergonomic handle that's really easy to squeeze. But look what happens when I squeeze. It's definitely going to grab onto that nail. It's also not going to cut down too far onto my nail, right, Brooke? Because I think sometimes we get a little overly eager when we're trimming, and you might cut, especially with toenails, you might cut them down a little too short, and then it's painful because now you're getting into the quick of your nail. This way it's going to give you a nice even, without a jaggedy tear, a nice even trim, and
That's
not
right.
too short.
Exactly. The three orthopedic surgeons, when they created this, they wanted something that was similar to the instruments that they use in surgery. So they wanted it to be precise, obviously extremely safe, and specifically designed for people with reduced hand strength. Because unfortunately, a lot of people don't have the strength on their own to cut their own toenails.
Yeah.
So I showed this to my mother a few months back, and she says, you know what? This gives people independence.
Yeah.
Because you can groom your toenails, your fingernails, whatever it is, with the appropriate tool. So the nail clipper, actually, it's curved to make it very similar to your actual fingernail.
Yes,
And obviously, the toenail clipper is thicker, it's longer. Both do have those stainless steel blades, so it's going to give you that precise cutting every single time.
Okay, Frank is updating me. We have now 3,000 of these ordered in just the last couple of minutes. We have 700 people on the lines. These are very popular. We just got these back in stock. Again, like everything else, I don't know when we're going to have more. Get it for yourself, get it as a gift, especially if you want the blue. We have a limited quantity now officially in the blue, only 2,500 left between the two. Again, they look the same, but they're not. Whoops, pardon me, let me turn these boxes to my camera. So one will say nail clipper, one will say toenail clipper. So the toenail clipper and the fingernail clipper are the same price, but they're different sizes, as we showed you. If you need both, get one of each. Maybe you might want to get different colors, which might also help you to recognize which one is which. But if you put them side by side, these are both the fingernail. Let me do this. Here's the toenail in red. If you put them side by side, you can see that this nail clipper head is larger. But these are very safe. They're very popular. You can't find these in a drugstore, Brooke. I've actually never seen these anywhere else.
No, I haven't either. And I have to say, I know typically you wouldn't think a toenail clipper or a nail clipper would be a great gift, but this is really a better mousetrap. This is something that people haven't seen before. It's unique and it's so effective. And it's not only for people with reduced hand strength. My son uses it. He's a big skier. He's a sports guy. So even if you're a runner, you want to make sure those toenails especially are cut.
Well,
so it's really for any age and any person. And you know what? If you do have something like this, it's time to upgrade, let's face it, right?
Well, you know, sometimes
it
might not just be the hand strength. Sometimes it's like you can't, maybe you're sitting on a chair trying to do your toenails and you can't bend over far enough, or you can't get to all of your toenails because you've got to twist into a weird position with that little thing you bought at the drugstore that is often a sharp tool or something that could easily slip out of your hand and cut you. This is now going to make that job much easier because you can angle the head of the clipper. So instead of trying to twist around and get to that right angle with your whole arm or your whole body, now you can twist the head of the clipper. That's why people love this. Not only is it very maneuverable, but it's also much easier to squeeze because it is something you hold in your whole hand, as you said.
Yeah. And you know what? This is that upgraded version, like I said, because I wanted to make sure people realize the handle is not plastic. It is
It's
metal,
metal.
but it's not heavy. It's very sturdy. These are stainless steel blades, so you're going to get that precise cutting every single time. That toenail clipper, it is amazing because it's thicker, it's wider, going to accommodate those thicker toenails. And then, of course, your nail clipper is great because it has that nice curve to it. So it curves just like the curvature of your nail.
Yeah.
So again, this just really makes it easy, and you're using your entire hand strength versus just 2 fingers like we typically are used to.
Yeah, and it's really easy to squeeze, and I don't have the strongest hands anymore either. So again, choose red or blue. Blue is far more limited if you'd like the blue. We also have the red. We still have both versions in each color, but they are sold separately. Just to be clear, it's not a set. So each one is 5 payments of $538, and the sale price on these goes away at the end of the day. You can choose toenail or fingernail clipper in either blue or red. If you want to get both, that would be a very smart choice as well, because I'm not sure when we're getting any more of these back. 5,000 now ordered. Great gift for yourself. And if you want the blue, it is last call. We also have the red. Brooke, thank you so much. You always bring us such great home care items. We appreciate it.
Oh, thanks, Carolyn. Great to see you. Bye, everyone.
See you soon. Bye-bye. All right, so stay in the order.